Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. A 60-year-old man in custody following confiscation of firearm and ammunition. Also, police need your help locating these wanted suspects. And a woman is making a desperate plea in what could be a case of arson.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, an adult male is in police custody tonight after officers discovered multiple firearms and approximately 160 rounds of ammunition during a search of his Grand Bahama residence. Police say the operation was carried out based on intelligence received. Shalia Roll leads us off tonight.
It was a quiet neighborhood in Freeport, but what police found behind one's home's closed doors was anything but ordinary. Tonight, a Grand Bahama man is behind bars after officers uncovered a stash of illegal firearms, including a Draco, a highly powerful semi-automatic weapon known for its compact frame and dangerous punch, along with more than 160 rounds of ammunition.
Upon checking the package, it was discovered that it contained 3 firearms, namely a Draco submachine gun and 2 pistols. Also, an assortment of ammunition for these 3 weapons, totaling 160 rounds of ammunition.
Chief Superintendent Will Hart, officer in charge of crimes and operations in the Northern Bahamas, says that an adult male is in custody assisting with investigations.
There is a 60-year-old male in police custody who was assisting us with the investigation.
Superintendent Hart is also making a direct appeal to the public, urging anyone with information that could assist in this investigation to come forward.
I make an appeal to the members of the public that if you have any information of anyone who is responsible for the importation and possession of these firearms, to contact the police immediately.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Thanks, Shalia. Well, police on Grand Bahama are investigating an industrial accident that resulted in an explosion at a business establishment along Queens Highway Monday morning, leaving 2 men hospitalized. According to initial reports, the explosion occurred around 9 a.m. as 2 male employees were conducting routine maintenance checks at the facility. Now, during the checks, an unexpected blast rocked the site, triggering an emergency response from both police and emergency medical services.
The initial report is that 2 workers off that industrial site were doing some welding when the tank that they were welding apparently had some explosion, which would have caused some injuries to one of the males, left side of his head, and the other male to the right forearm. At present, they were both transported to Duran Hospital for medical attention.
Meanwhile, police are also busy searching for 38-year-old Nelson Denza Mitchell Jr. of Alistown, Bimini. They need to question him in connection with stealing by reason of service. Mitchell is of dark-brown complexion, stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and is heavy built. If you spot Mitchell, contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 350-3106 or 350-3089 or 911. Also from police, officials need your help in finding 42-year-old Malik Onassis Hall in connection with causing grievous harm. Hall is a resident of number 6 Emmanuel Way of New Providence and Holmes Rock, Grand Bahama. Hall is light brown complexioned, stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, slim build. If you spot him, please contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 350-3106 or 350-3089 or 911. Well, tonight on City in Motion, we turn our spotlight to the International Bazaar. Nikira Wilshcombe, Building and Development Services Manager for the Grand Bahama Port Authority, says the once vibrant symbol of culture and commerce in Freeport is finally showing signs of life after years of neglect. And a new agreement between the government and the GBPA could clear the way for its long-awaited redevelopment.
A few years ago, we were having fires.
Here at the International Bazaar, attempting to put out this blaze.
Obviously, the storms and hurricanes, the economic depression, all played a part in the International Bazaar losing its luster that it had.
In its prime, the International Bazaar in Freeport was the center of activity, bustling with tourists, vibrant shops, and a cultural mix that made it a must-see. But years of economic setbacks turned that once iconic hotspot into a ghost of its former self, and quite frankly, an eyesore. But there's been a major shift, and it's one many have been waiting on.
We were pleased to get in there and to tear down some of those buildings, which became a constant reminder of the dilapidated state. Over the past 3 years, we've been working with some of the owners of buildings in the bazaar with the view of tearing down some of the derelict structures, and we've been successful in that. In fact, we have been able to demolish about 75% of the structures.
Now, there's even more progress to report. The government has reached a deal with the Port Authority to settle over $1 million in back maintenance fees owed by bazaar property owners. That agreement clears a major hurdle, opening the door for the rebirth of the bazaar site.
We have, basically spoken with government and with government's intention on doing some things within the bazaar. They will continue those discussions with those owners. But I must say that the Grand Bahama Port Authority has written off about 50% of debt owed by the bazaar owners. And so we're pleased now to be cooperating with the government so that progress can be made in that area.
And with that deal finally in place, the stage is set for something new, something better. A fresh start not just for the property, but for Freeport's future. So the next time you talk about Freeport, remember, this isn't just a city trying to bounce back. It's a city in motion. Well, a powerful new tool aimed at saving consumers money and boosting local business is now live. Flamingo Bahamas, a digital discount app, launched this week with support from government and private sector leaders, including Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who hailed the app as a clear sign of confidence in the country's growing economy. Shalia Roll reports.
A new business venture is stepping out in Grand Bahama, aimed at helping both tourists and locals keep a little extra cash in their pockets. Flamingo Bahamas, a digital discount platform offering exclusive deals to shoppers, diners, and travelers across Grand Bahama and New Providence. With more than 500 businesses already on board, the app is being welcomed as a timely and innovative solution for Bahamian consumers looking to stretch their spending and shop smarter. Proprietor of the company, LaQuay Langs, describes this new initiative as a game changer for saving.
Flamingo Bahamas means a Bahamas where Bahamians businesses can see an increase in customer flow and sales, higher inventory turnovers, which yields larger profit margins. A successful Flamingo Bahamas means Bahamians and visitors can shop and save a minimum of 10% discount on purchases across all business sectors.
The app not only gives consumers a new way to save, but also provides a valuable promotional platform for small and medium-sized businesses across the country, many of whom are seeking more visibility and customer engagement in an increasingly digital marketplace. The Honorable Ginger Moxie says projects like this shows that locals are investing in the economy, causing a boost in the momentum.
This Grand Bahama is rising. We are building, we are thriving, and the confidence we see, the confidence shown by ventures like Flamingo Bahamas, is the fuel for this incredible journey. Local investment. This is what sustains our momentum.
Also in attendance was the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who says that events like this shows a thriving economy.
We're not only seeing big foreign investments or big domestic investments, we're seeing small business as well. And this truly tells me that the confidence in the economy is not misplaced. It is being felt by young Bahamians who recognize that there are opportunities to be seized
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, what was supposed to be the final step in bringing her truck back to life turned into a nightmare for a Grand Bahama woman after a fire believed to be arson tore through a junkyard and left 4 vehicles, including hers, burnt to the frame. Now she's seeking answers, justice, and help from the public to start over. Shalia Rowe reports.
Work hard. I work hard for my money, babe. Now my vehicle is burned to the ground. To the ground.
A Grand Bahama woman is grappling with heartbreak and disbelief after her vehicle, along with 3 others, was completely destroyed in a suspicious fire that tore through a local junkyard. What was meant to be a fresh new start for her truck turned into a nightmare as it was reduced to nothing but charred metal. The vehicle, which had been placed at the junkyard awaiting a custom paint job, was days away from completion, but on the morning of the incident, she received a chilling call from the woman hired to spray the truck.
I received a call from the person who was spraying my vehicle, spraying it over, that they had 3 or 4 vehicles got burned down a couple hours prior to me receiving the call.
In addition to her vehicle, 2 other cars on the premises were also engulfed in flames and completely destroyed. While the exact cause of the fire has not been confirmed, the woman strongly believes that the act was intentional.
Arson, look around me. This yard is full to capacity, full. This yard is full. The 3 vehicles, one of them was targeted. Which one, I don't know. That's the police job to find out, because around you get cameras.
Photos from the aftermath show only skeletal frames of what were once working vehicles. Her truck, a long-awaited project she had poured her time and money into restoring, was among the worst damage. Fox is now appealing to the public to assist her the best they can.
Pleading to the public, anybody who would love from the goodness of their heart to assist me in helping me buy back at least something to, get around, because I need a ride to get around. You all know how Freeport go. You could reach me on 816-1977, Wendy Fox.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
And still to come.
Which trending this Independence holiday will have all the latest looks straight ahead.
The Bahamas has been a nation marching for progress. We are more than sunny skies and blue seas. We are a nation filled with purpose, opportunity, and innovation. With each generation, our spirit grows stronger, our dreams brighter, with our banners waving high. Join us as we continue to pass the torch, fostering freedom, progress, opportunity, and innovation for years to come. Happy Independence, Bahamas, from Commonwealth Bank.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Don't miss the 25% Independence Day sale at Park & Shop this July 7th, 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th, excluding underwear and red tag items. Let's celebrate our 52nd anniversary of independence at the Cultural Extravaganza on Wednesday, July 9th on Independence Park. Enjoy the all-star Bahamian music lineup, the Royal Bahamas Police Force mini tattoo, Bahamian food, fireworks, and junkanoo. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. See you there.
The purpose of the ceremony on this, the first full day of Bahamian independence, was the handing over of constitutional instruments.
Independence has always meant so much to me as a Bahamian. As a young man that grew up in New Providence and now currently resides here on Grand Bahama, also having the opportunity to live abroad and now being home permanently, independence has always been such a big deal for the Bahamas. Happy Independence, Bahamas. I'm Jay Philippe.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Well, we are just days away from celebrating the country's 52nd anniversary of independence, and as Bahamians, we wear our colors with pride. And for some designers, they want to ensure that you wear it with style as well. Our intern, Aaron Burrows, has all the details on the latest styles for this independence.
Independence is here, and it is time to switch up the apparel. I'm Aaron Burrows, and I'm hitting the streets to show you what's trending for this independence celebration.
The design she did this year is very tropical. Picks up the flamingo, emphasizes the blue marlin, so we have the coat of arms and everything on it. So come on down to the Raven Mall, and we're here ready and willing to serve you. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Bahari, the Bahamian brand born in Grand Bahama, is bringing bold island styles this summer. Canovia Ferguson, helping at the pop-up, shares her favorite look of the new collection.
My favorite style in this collection is the contrast trim dress, which is a very flowy dress. It has the trademark for this year, which is the stamp design, but it takes me back to dresses that you would wear when you were a child, and it's very cutesy.
Baja Gala also showing up and showing out. Baja Gala owner Tanisha Carey is highlighting custom Bahamian tailored jewelry.
Authentic Bahamian coin bracelets. Can't get any more authentic than our Bahamian coins because, of course, they can't be remanufactured.
From bold prints to customized jewelry to Bahamian pride being stitched into every thread, it is clear that our people are showing up and showing out this independence season. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aaron Burrows.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, Grand Bahamian native David Ferguson is celebrating the release of his new book, High School Chemistry is for Everyone. Jelanda Thompson-Everest has more details in this report.
A new book titled High School Chemistry for Everyone, part textbook, part workbook, and part graphic novel, has been created with a unique mission to aid in the restoration and rebuilding of Grand Bahama following the devastation of Hurricane Dorian.
Of rebuilding at home. And I recognize that I'm not a politician, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a mason, but I'm a scientist. So I was like, how can I contribute to the work occurring back home? So I was like, let me draft the textbook, get a bit of intellectual support with forewords, and sell the textbook so that some of the proceeds can go back to helping students at home at the local high schools.
To keep learners engaged, he blends science with storytelling, using vibrant graphics and familiar Grand Bahama landmarks throughout the book, making science feel both relatable and exciting.
So when they learn about organic chemistry, they see the scene at Pharmachem. When they learn about the Chatelier's principle, which is a system with equilibria, they go to the RAN, which is still there. They also for other concepts like Garden of the Girls, they learn about acid-base equilibrium. So I'm trying to create this narrative, and it's combining a lot of different teaching techniques.
Ferguson, who was also a scientist, acknowledges that many people tend to shy away from chemistry, but he insists the subject is for everyone, especially those curious about pursuing a career in science. He believes that with commitment and effort, success is within reach. If you put the time in, you'll get the results, he says.
And if you feel as if the resources that you're using are not good enough, there are people out here, I'm one of the examples, who are working to create resources that are more engaging for the students, that allow students to not only learn about the material, but solidify a conceptual understanding of the material. To be quite honest with you, some of the material I learned in BGCSE chemistry, I'm still drawing on that today for like redox reactions or the definitions of oxidation and reduction. Those types of things, I'm still drawing on that to this day because it helped build a solid foundation for me to put on the different types of chemistry and also put on the different problem-solving skills. So my encouraging word to you is keep trying.
Ferguson hopes High School Chemistry for Everyone will one day become a part of the national curriculum, serving as the standard chemistry textbook for Bahamians. High School Chemistry for Everyone is now available for purchase on Amazon. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jelanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, the Bahamas Brass Band is gearing up to celebrate a combined 170 years of music ministry with a grand concert set for July 26th at the Grand Lucine Resort. During last year's celebration, the Jamaican Police Force Band brought their musical flair, and this time around, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force all-female band is anticipated to do the same. Band leader Bishop Barry Morris urging everyone to get their tickets early, as it's an event you don't want to miss.
They're bringing the steel drums. They're bringing everything they got to put off a wonderful performance. But we got something in our arsenal as well that we're going to thrill the room. And so it's going to be an exciting time that you do not want to miss. Tickets only $20. And we want everyone to come and participate. If you wait till you reach the door, it's going to be $25. Get in there early so you can get a good seat, and we pack that room and have a grand celebration.
With first, second, and third generation members making up the numbers, Morris highlighted the generational continuity of the band that has propelled their success year to year.
The band has an exciting history, starting off with 4 men in New Providence, starting off with 1 man in Grand Bahama, and has mushroomed through the generations, producing men to continue playing. These men are great contributors to society. So in this group, you can find doctors, lawyers, we've had members of parliament, engineers, pastors, customs officers, police officers, immigration officers, and the list goes on.
Well, good news for one local eastern site, the Freetown Heritage Festival receiving an upgrade with 2 new bathroom facilities. Construction is in the early stage, and according to local businessman Eddie Wan, the amenity is much needed. Wan has fully funded the project as an act of kindness. Freetown native Jason Cooper has been contracted to complete the project, which he says will be a major upgrade for the heritage site.
This is definitely needed for all the health poisons to come in also and enjoy this festival as they come in, and during the day we could constantly expand this to more than just a one-time events for the year. We could actually move into weekends and make it a 5th Friday and so forth, but we need these bathrooms facility in order to do that.
Eddie Wan is confident the completed facilities will enhance the experience for both residents and tourists who frequent the Freetown area.
We have Carnival coming up down the road. Look here. Why would you not come here? To bring people. And you cannot bring people and try and set up without having some facilities. So the first thing on the map was, of course, bathrooms. Little showers and everything's going to be there, and then eventually a little more and more and more. When Jason approached me about it a few months ago, I just had to wait for the right time. And once I was able to do it, I called Jason on our Thursday, I think it was, and I said, okay, Jason, I'm ready, let's do it. He gave me an order. I said, you know what, I'm busy, you call, because I don't want to mess anything up. If they don't have something and you know what can suffice, then you go ahead and order it. I'll just pay for it.
Good stuff, Eddie Wan, always doing something for the community. That's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Well, Tennis National just recently wrapped up. Jaleesa Clark, one of our interns, actually played for Grand Bahama. We'll have all the highlights and results from Nationals tennis that played in New Providence last weekend. Here we go.
All right, that's coming away next. But first, a check on the local weather forecast.
Is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Let's celebrate our 52nd anniversary of independence at the Cultural Extravaganza on Wednesday, July 9th on Independence Park. Enjoy the all-star Bahamian music lineup, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Mini Tattoo, Bahamian food, fireworks, and Chunkanoo. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. See you there.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
Be sure to check out Best Buy's Boutique with their 20% off sale Wednesday, July 9th at their location, the former Kitty's downtown Freeport.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
I am proud to be Bahamian, proud of a people whose strength is as deep as the ocean and whose spirit is as bright as the sun. Being Bahamian is more than just where we're from. It's who we are. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top. And Sports 2025 Tennis Nationals is officially in the books. The top junior players throughout the country competed in New Providence for bragging rights and national honors. A number of Grand Bahama players were amongst the top finishers at Nationals.
The players, they prepared. They went to Nassau and they performed really well. Amongst the boys, we had a couple of outstanding performances. They won a couple of rounds, but in particularly the girls, Jaleesa Clark, she took the girls 18 championship, and Caitlin Pratt was a finalist in the girls 14 and under. Tat was the girls 16s finalist, and she had a stellar performance as well. She's training over there in New Providence, but she is a Grand Bahama native, and we still we holding there and there to our programs.
Caitlin Pratt was amongst the finalists in the under 14 girls age group.
I think I performed really well and that I improved in most of my tennis playing. I think I could have played better. I didn't really play my best, but I still tried. I'm trying to go to a tennis camp in the States and try and improve on some of my work.
Fresh from making the Billie Jean senior team, Jaleesa Clark won the under-18 girls national title.
It feels good. It's a blessing to finally be done with it. Everybody's getting better and putting in the same amount of work as me, so I can't expect it to just be easy all the time.
From the tennis courts to the soccer pitch, the Grand Bahama Soccer Club recently wrapped up its soccer camp for both boys and girls in separate weeks. Visiting player from college, Jasmine Jameson, was back again this year as an instructor.
It's really fun. It's fun seeing some of the same girls as last year, and I've been teaching them like juggling and shooting and passing. Some of them have good potential. Some of them want to work hard. They just need to practice more, but they're getting there. They all love it, so that's the main thing, just to love it first.
Next in sports, the defending WNBA champions, the New York Liberty, has lost 6 of their last 9 games. Now, Jonquel Jones has been out of the lineup since spraining her ankle against the Phoenix Mercury on June 19th. She is said to be listed out for 4 to 6 weeks. Even with the recent slide in losses, the Liberty still remain at the top of the Eastern Conference standings with a 12-6 win-loss record. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Welcome to the Straw Market, the heart of Bahamian creativity. I'm Delanda Thompson-Everest, and here where color meets culture, every handmade piece tells a story. From straw bags to ambrosia print, this is Bahamian pride on full display. Happy Independence.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a mother and a young daughter, the latest victims of gun violence here in the capital. Plus, CARICOM talks wrap up following marathon discussions on security, the judiciary, climate change, and Haiti. And what's needed to truly revive downtown Nassau? A former Bay Street owner fills us in. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Horror gripped the Montel Heights community early this morning, awakening residents with news of a murder-suicide. Tonight, a woman and a young daughter are in hospital, those seriously wounded, lucky to be alive. 2 men are dead, one of them taking his own life after unleashing this deadly assault. Our Corvell Pyfrom is joining us live from Montel Heights with more on this chilling incident and reaction to the community's reaction. Corvell? Well, we'll have Corvell Pyfrom later in our newscast. Meantime, police also probing an overnight shooting outside a home in Mason's Addition. But before we get there, that's left another 4 men wounded. We understand the occupants of a white and gray colored Kia Jeep pulled up at a home on Whitfield Road around 9 p.m. and fired multiple gunshots in the direction of a group of individuals on the outside. 4 men, ages 53, 29, 24, and 19 were injured and are now in hospital, 3 in stable condition, the other serious. Investigations continue. We now go back to our Corvell Pyfrom, who's standing live in Montel Heights following a homicide and suicide early this morning.
Hi, Game Makushla. So let's hope that this time it works out for us. But tonight, this community, as we said before, is in shock, and it's understandable why. Police tell us that a 58-year-old man entered a home along Mantle Street where a woman, her daughter, and another man slept. The man then attacked them with a gun and a machete. When it was all over, the woman and her daughter were both wounded, the other man killed, and then the man turned the gun on himself. This is a disturbing situation police are warning about. Tonight, residents not willing to appear on camera with us, but we are fortunate enough to have the pastor of the International Revival Fellowship Church of God, Pastor Derek, and First Lady Ferguson joining us here to talk about this disturbing situation. Montel Heights again finds itself beset by crime and violence.
Well, our church family are heartbroken by
this incident in our community. And we stand with the family of those affected. We understand that words at this time may be difficult to bring peace and comfort to those broken hearts, but we want to remind them that earth has no sorrows that heaven cannot cure. And we stand with them in this time of their bereavement. We stand with them along with Pastor Dean Wells from the Pentecostal Church of Faith, which is also located here in Montel Heights, and the Member of Parliament for this area, Glennis Hannah Martin, who supports both churches and who is very active, involved with this community. Our church has been established in this community for 62 years, and we are actively and continuously involved with the residents of this community. Some are former members of our congregation, and we want them to know that God is with us. No matter the circumstances, God is definitely with us. And further, we have mobile our evangelist team, and their intentions are to go to every home, every resident, and speak and pray with them to bring comfort to them in this time of this very difficult time in their lives.
And full disclosure, I'm a resident of this community and a member of this church, and so I appreciate you both for joining us here tonight. This is still a tight-knit community, as you've said.
Yes, a very tight-knit, family-oriented community. Regardless of this incident, this is a safe community. The residents here are very tight, close-knitted, and family-oriented.
Which is why police hope that the tight-knit nature of this community will lead to help with this investigation. There's surveillance video. It's disturbing and all that sort of stuff, but the church is here to support, and hopefully residents can lean on each other to get through this very difficult period. Reporting live from Montel Heights for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Corval Pike from back in studio to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Corval. Meantime, this just in, several Paradise Island police officers successfully thwarted a female's alleged suicide attempt by jumping off the Sir Sidney Poitier Bridge just this afternoon. Now, during that encounter that happened around 2 p.m., a toddler was observed in a nearby stroller. Both the woman and the child were subsequently taken to hospital for evaluation. An investigation into the matter is underway. Well, from the horrific scenes here in the capital to Montego Bay, Jamaica, where the issues of crime and violence were heavy on the agenda of regional leaders attending this year's CARICOM heads of government meetings. Those sessions ending today with renewed commitment from member states to do more to arrest the plaguing crime wave. Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis believes addressing the root causes of violence is where we must start.
We have come to appreciate that a lot of it has to do with social issues and the manner in which we would address it.
Also looming large in CARICOM discussions is the growing disquiet among the electorate surrounding bail and sentencing, which points the finger at the judiciary. The Prime Minister telling ZNS News today that the consensus is that while the judiciary, like the executive, is an independent body, there must be collaboration.
We could be insulated but not isolated. And they had a very, very comprehensive conversation on that with adoptions of certain initiatives that we should put in place to ensure that there's a coordinated effort, and the executives in the charge of their function of making laws and providing resources to ensure that the judiciary could function appropriately.
There was also an agreement to invest more in agriculture in a bid to reduce imports by 25%.
All the countries have made significant inroads in that regard. We're going to continue to invest, and this agri-security initiative is being led by Guyana, who's now been deemed to be one of the few countries in the world that is self-sufficient.
Then there is the lingering challenges of energy, inflation, and Haiti. In the case of the latter, it's agreed that Yes, there have been incremental changes, but things have not really gotten better in that troubled Caribbean nation. And this against the harsh reality that the multinational security support mission ends in September. According to the Prime Minister, there were also several resolutions on how best to address the climate crisis, an issue that will be further addressed during COP30 in Brazil this November. Well, speaking of climate change, what happens in and to our environment should be of deep concern to all Bahamians, certainly to this group of climate activists who are on a mission to source the necessary tools, including funding, to better help anti-climate change efforts here in the country. Danielle Dean has the story.
Protecting the Bahamas from climate change is no cheap endeavor. And this is exactly why stakeholders, the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Tourism, the University of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce, and other non-governmental organizations have teamed up to strategize ways to secure climate funding. OPM's climate change advisor, Charles Hamilton.
We know that we need to do some work in country to make decision making and to be able to package products in a way that you can fund easily.
These organizations then participated in a 2-day climate funding workshop facilitated by the largest global fund to help fight climate change, the Green Climate Fund. Hamilton and colleagues anticipate the day where there will be hundreds of millions in funding from organizations like GCF and the Adaptation Fund toward these issues.
We need to be able to address water security across our family of islands. We know that being able to generate electricity at a rate that's affordable for people is important. And so, if we want to be able to resolve these particular matters, we need to be able to package these challenges into opportunities.
Just a few years ago, the conversation on climate change was still fresh. But Hamilton says, according to recent reports, the Bahamas, when compared to other countries in the region, is on top of its game when taking action against climate change.
Our people, we're resilient, we're resourceful, we have a lot of ideas, and I feel very hopeful that we will be able to bridge that gap and help to support the BMA people.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Coming up, a pastor weighs in on the proliferation of liquor stores here in New Providence. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
Bahamas has been a nation marching for progress. We are more than sunny skies and blue seas. We are a nation filled with purpose, opportunity, and innovation. With each generation, our spirit grows stronger, our dreams brighter, with our banners waving high. Join us as we continue to pass the torch, fostering freedom, progress, opportunity, and innovation for years to come. Happy Independence, Bahamas, from Commonwealth Bank.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Bahamas, come celebrate our 52nd independence at the Family Fun Day, July 10th at Clifford Park. It's a great afternoon of food, fun, culture, entertainment, national pride. Gates open at 4 p.m., concert time 6 p.m. 52nd Independence Family Fun Day at Clifford Park. Bring the whole family. Admissions free. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
I'm proud to be a Bahamian. I'm proud to be a Bahamian.
Wait. What you doing there?
Oh, you didn't know it? Popeye's giving up the $5,000 for summer dog. Stop that! All you gotta do is purchase a NOLA box, any Popeye's location. You can even enter online to win. A NOLA box? What is this? That's a chicken sandwich, 2 tenders, fries, apple pie, drink for $13.95.
Portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of the moat at Fort Charlotte. That shot taken a few months ago by drone pilot Neville Smith. Welcome back. The government has made its plans known. The proliferation of liquor stores, particularly in urban areas, must be and will be addressed with the help of legislation. And as Lloyd Allen tells us, it has secured the backing of one key member of society.
Last week, some sobering statistics released from the Global School Health Survey. And just 1 week later, the minister responsible for housing, the Honorable Keith Bell, says changes are now in the pipeline that could better protect young people with the reduction on the proliferation of liquor stores, along with other changes.
The idea is for us now, with the amendment to the legislation, with a business license, where there is now the replacement of public consultation before a license is issued.
Minister Bell contends this would apply to both new and renewal licenses.
Some of the challenges that we've seen in the communities with alcoholism and some of the reports that this survey has disclosed to us, that we would see us addressing it through the amendments that we have made very recently through the budget communication.
The health report highlights 34% of the 2,231 respondents as regular consumers of alcohol, with 22.3% as likely to engage in negative school, home, or work behavior. Bishop Dr. Stanley Ferguson of the New Free Community Holiness Baptist Cathedral says while this is not an attack on liquor stores, it's an attempt to save our nation's youth.
Yes, sir. I do believe that youth, male and female, is at risk now.
The Malcolm Road-based senior clergyman disclosed there are a number of liquor stores within walking distance of his church, which he believes is a common occurrence throughout the country.
Liquor stores that are being surrounded by churches now is a menace to the society, and especially to our young people, especially these Chinese. They are all over the place and selling cheap liquor.
Now, Mr. Bell says those changes will be incremental, but hopes that in the end, all parties will be satisfied in the protection of our young people. Reporting from the Office of the Prime Minister for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In other news this evening, Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, championing agricultural innovation, blue transformation, and youth and women empowerment at the 44th United Nations Food and Agriculture Conference in Rome, Italy. Minister Glover-Roll, who attended on behalf of the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, participated as a ministerial panelist in the opening day session of the For Better's Roundtable. Now, at the time, she highlighted the country's approach to achieve better food production, better nutrition, a better environment, and better life for all its citizens.
Colleagues, to truly realize the 4 betters, we believe that the critical components include 1, a simplified and accessible climate resilient financing model that's tailored for SIDS. 2, our technical support to scale school nutrition and youth training programs such as the National School Breakfast and Apprenticeship Initiatives. Thirdly, greater digital integration in food systems from traceability to marketing platforms. And fourthly, strengthen South-South and regional cooperation, particularly through CARICOM.
Now, the minister delivered the statement at the conference's high-level dinner reception on July 1st, supporting Bahamian FAO Ambassador Winston Pinnock's candidacy for independent chairperson of the FAO Council. Well, broadband connectivity, artificial intelligence, and digital network expansion, some of the issues regional telecommunications stakeholders will discuss at next week's Canto 2025 conference at the Bahama Resort. It's the 8th time the Bahamas is hosting this premier regional event. As a founding Canto member, the Bahamas has a leading role in the region's digital transformation. The Bahamas Telecommunications Company, through its parent company, Liberty Caribbean, and Alive, Live are the leading sponsors. BTC CEO Samir Bhatti identified one of the region's telecommunications challenges that will be addressed.
Every 10 points in broadband penetration in this region will drive 2 to 3% GDP for that nation. That's digital equity. And I think driving broadband continues to be the drumbeat. I think the future of mobile, we should think about that collectively. We have 5G in parts of the Caribbean, and we'll talk about that. We'll be very open. I think there's also, from a regulatory standpoint, it's all about how can we work with and through our regulators to get to a more fair playing field for all of us. We're in a competitive environment, but at the same time, we can work with our regulators to create a fair playing field. And I think that's going to be a topic of interest.
Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, and Prime Minister of Grenada, the Honourable Dickon Mitchell, are headlining Canto's 40th annual conference under the theme Towards a Unified and Sustainable Gigabyte Society. The region's youth is paramount to Canto's development. Secretary General Teresa Wankin extended this conference invitation to local schools.
Tertiary schools in Bahamas can send 10 students to the conference. They get to touch and feel the technology, to mingle with the industry leaders, and to just be there throughout the course of it. And I hope the schools take up that offer, because it's really a good place to come for, especially an ICT student, to come and see the technology that they're learning about in the universities.
Well, successive governments have all faced the same challenge of injecting new life into the city centre, be it with the rebirth of nightlife or the removal of ruined, abandoned buildings that have long become eyesores. But according to the man who once headed the Downtown Partnership Committee and former Bay Street business owner Charles Culnaris, a missing element in downtown Nassau right now is residents.
You're not going to have a 24-hour living city unless people live in the city itself. We can talk about restaurants, we can talk about having music clubs or what have you, but unless people live downtown, you're not going to see the progress that's necessary to make it a real city. If you have people living downtown, it's automatic to have a little grocery store or to have a barber shop. So that experience as a city itself can only happen if you have residents living downtown.
That then begs the question of whether Culnaris is happy with what's taking place right now. The answer is simple no. In fact, he says no one is.
It's a long process and it's not going to happen overnight. The foundation is laid, so it's up to the property owners downtown to consider what is necessary for them, what they think it can be an important part as an investment downtown.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
In 2010, a grant helped Bahamas striping group of companies get started. Today, that seed has grown into a national force, building roads, airports, and brighter futures. Now, we're leading the way through public-private partnerships, what we call 3Ps, where government vision meets private sector innovation. 3Ps empowers local subcontractors, giving them the chance to bid. And with every contract, we're putting money directly into communities, creating jobs, supporting families, and fueling growth. From roads in Eleuthera to community centers in the inner city, we're not just laying asphalt, we're laying foundations for financial opportunity. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we believe in building more than infrastructure. We're building up Bahamians who build the Bahamas. 3Ps, public-private partnerships for people, progress, and prosperity.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, we now toss it over to LaDawn and Marlena, who join us live for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now.
Well, Makushla Independence is on everything here in studio this evening. I'm going to let Marlena tell you a little bit more about what's happening, girls.
Yeah, if you haven't prepared, we have the crash course. We've got conch salad. We're talking home design. We're talking the fashion. We have straw work in here today. If you're not prepared, grab the pen and the notepad because we're taking you to class, and class will be in session. It's going to be fun.
See that? Access Now has it all covered, just as always. Stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
A national youth initiative is aiming to unify and uplift young Bahamians under one powerful umbrella. The Urban Renewal Youth Achievers Club offers a clear focus on leadership, opportunity, and transformation. Our Lal Maycock tells us more.
With the vision to unify and empower the nation's youth, the government officially launched the Urban Renewal Youth Achievers Club, a bold initiative designed to equip young Bahamians with the tools, exposure, and support to lead in every area of society. And according to the Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal, the Honorable Keith Bell, the initiative is all about unity and impact, starting with the programs already in motion.
The significance of this is bringing cohesiveness to all of the existing programs. So as you would appreciate, Urban Renewal already has its summer youth program. A number of places and churches and private and civic organizations have these youth programs. What we're seeking to do now is to bring them all together, and so that there is cohesion, there is uniformity of efforts, there is the sharing of resources among all of the centers. The benefit of it obviously is to ensure that at the end of the day, no one is left behind, that we're able to reach all of our children throughout these communities, not just in the inner city, but also on the outskirts as well.
The initiative has programs spanning from arts to music and sports to Christian development. The URYAC integrates all of Urban Renewal's youth efforts into a single year-round structure. Co-chair of the Urban Renewal Authority, Algernon Allen, says the URYAC builds on decades of legacy work, bringing hope directly into neighborhoods.
It's going to reach into the homes, into the neighborhoods.
Both officials emphasize the program's commitment to second chances, access to leadership, and the development of well-rounded citizens.
We believe that if we're able to bring them with those children who are doing well, the youths who are doing well, they're able to gain from them, they're able to glean from them, they're able to learn from them, and we have a very, very good working relationship with all of them. We believe that that is the benefit for all of them.
And so we are going to train or enlist the support of the professional youth developer, those persons who can bring to the table all the positive 21st century aspects of youth development.
Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Lyle Maker.
Good story there, Lyle, and that does it for the National Report. But stay with us. Access Now is up next.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You up?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I'm gonna do. Been pimping it, I say, now on to independence.